Hello, hello. Okay. Okay, so I look a little strange here. Okay, so okay guys, so noticing the difference between my anyway. So I hope you're well. It's so warm today. It's so warm now. Okay, one second. Okay, I'm gonna move this thing. One sec. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. Hi guys, so just fixing the light, okay. Sorry, I'm a little late here. Okay. So okay. So hope you're well. I hope you had a good, a good weekend and everything. Okay. I have the cards, I have everything. Okay. And it's a holiday today, guys. So, I hope you have you enjoy it. You don't have to, of course you don't have to um you don't have to do it to always come on and everything. Of course, obviously, right? So guys, okay. So let's see here. Okay. So let me just go back to the list. Okay, so guys, I'm sorry, I'm like noticing the difference between, I never go to the sun. That's why I have to get some sun soon, but the difference between my face and my skin, something to think about, when you do these things. Okay, so okay, just looking at the posts. Okay, so just okay, so as we start, guys, I just wanted to say this, just a little chit chat. Okay, I was talking to somebody in Israel. Okay, and today was it today? But or because over there it's late, it's later. I'm in Israel, so the trial for Netanyahu has started. Okay, at least the first steps. And it's so interesting, and I'll just tell you guys. Okay, I had posted a list of the questions about Netanyahu, but I found out so much information because sometimes when I talk to her, in Israel, we talk about a lot in detail about Netanyahu. So it looks increasingly like, indeed, I believe that Netanyahu is going to go. Okay, it's possible, very possible. Not only that, but apparently that it's like today or the day before, it was how do you call it? It was a time when like it's just the beginning, okay? So like it's like if it starts as a trial, it's going to happen a few months down the line, in which case I believe it's very possible he could cut a deal and leave the government before the actual trial begins. Because, and I'm telling you all of this, guys, because there's a connection to Trump. And she was telling me that, this guy named Adelson, Cheryl Adelson is, the casino guy, I'm talking about, Adelson. So he's involved. He's mentioned in this trial. He's involved in the Netanyahu trial. And as you know, he's a big Trump donor. And I was telling her that from the cards and everything else, I saw that, that, that I feel like the whole issue with the Netanyahu trial, how it affects Trump is that there's the Trump donors involved. And I think essentially because he realizes that stuff about money laundering is going to come out, he decides to he pleads, he gets a plea deal. Okay, so this is big, guys. This is significant. Okay, it's not there yet. It may take a few months, but it goes with the stuff I had said last time, which is Monday. Remember last Monday I saw the moon situation and how he would leave around connected to this moon, and the moon is July 5th. So guys, I think this summer is gonna be hot information. Okay, so anyway, so happy Memorial Day, everyone. Okay, just wanted to share this because it's fresh. Okay, so okay, and thanks all the veterans, okay, for their sacrifice and everything, they've done they've given so much, right? And it's a very, it's sad, guys, you know what I mean? It's sad. How could it not be sad even without coronavirus? Like, it's a very sad, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of blood, honestly, like, right? They literally gave their blood, okay, for in their lives, okay. And so this is, this is like, as I wrote, guys, okay, I want to like, it's not that I want to focus just on this, but I want to, see if I could have conversations with some Sheldon. That's exactly that, Audrey. I'll have to look into this, a little bit later. But like, that's the donor that okay. So I think we want to talk to some veterans, on the live stream, like, from the other side, okay. So we'll find out informations, okay, and then pray for everyone, okay, and then look into. Also, I didn't write it down, but also within a year, where are we going to be? Okay, next, you know, uh, Veterans Day, okay, and please click, if you like this event on the YouTube, please click like, like. So anyway, so just because I saw somebody already post negative, sometimes it's a mistake, but I was like, oh, you know what, it's okay. I don't I don't take it like this. But anyway, guys, so no, seriously, now let me go because the list today is short, but let me just this is what I'm thinking I want to do. Let's start with this question, small questions, smaller questions, and then we'll go, so that once we start, we'll just stay with the veterans, okay? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's good to just, once I start with the veterans, I'm not gonna want to like think about the other questions that I have to do. You know what I mean? So like, okay, so I feel like let's start, in the next few minutes for the, the questions that are like, okay, the other questions, and then we'll go. It's 7:20 now, so let's say let me see if I can remind myself here to use, let's say I'll put alarm on alarm. Let's say 25 minutes, let's say by 7:45, okay, I will do the start with the other one. Let's just see, aim, it's not always precise, okay, but let's see here. For 35 minutes, begin, yeah, time beginning. Okay, so now I see an alarm here, okay. So anyway, so then we're going to spend the rest of the time, okay, with the other, the main thing, which is the Veterans Day celebrations, okay, and everything else, okay. Okay, so, okay, now, okay, so I'm going to start with ask for protection, and then we'll go right into it, okay. Some of you, I'm also going to address some of your questions, okay. Okay, I'd like to ask for protection. Beautiful red light, coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, fill my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that informations come only from the highest sources. That it creates the good, and only the good, good for the good people. Good for the good people. Okay. So next, so I'm going to start with the other questions, okay, and then we'll go into the Memorial Day. So first, okay, quickly here, let me go start straight to the Netanyahu trial. So as I was saying, guys, part of the issue that I believe Netanyahu is likely to cut a deal and have to step down from the government, okay, and this was going to happen probably around the summer, because this trial, if it starts, if it starts when they have to present arguments, it's going to be down the line. I'm thinking early fall or in the very end of the summer. So I believe it's possible that he's going to want to cut a deal when he realizes that they're digging information, guys. It's literally like she was telling me that Sheldon Adelson is a big part of the trial. So guys, how could they not touch Trump? Considering how close, you know what I mean? And guys, do you remember how, for example, I told you before that the governor of Florida is connected to Adelson? Okay, like seriously, okay. So it's a big deal. This is going to be, it's only the beginning, okay? And I saw in the reading that there is a connection to Trump, that eventually Netanyahu may even not want to go into trial just to avoid exposing all these people, okay? So because he owes them money and stuff, okay, like, you know what I mean, like they are the donors and they kind of dictate a lot of things, okay. So okay, so like I said, guys, just so I know, I'm going to start the whole situation with the whole reading about the Memorial Day at 7:45. I'm going to just address some of the questions that are not related to Memorial Day, and then, okay, just so you know. Okay, so in other words, what does the Netanyahu, what will the Netanyahu trial mean to Trump and Kushner? Because it showed, like I said, but I see here, okay, so what does it mean for Trump and Kushner? Interesting. It shows, guys, it shows an image of the gutter. Is that the gutter? Is that what it is? Like, where they have on the street, they have the things like this, where, like, where the is that what it is, where the rats live, in the dirty things, where is that what it is, the gutter? I don't know. It's like this part where the rats live, you know, in Portuguese, you say esgoto. Esgoto, that's where the guys, sometimes I forget words. You know what I'm talking about? Like sanitation, you know. Okay. So he goes in, he gutter, that's right. That's the name, right? That's the right correct word. So he goes in the gutter where, you know, with the rats. So in other words, it's a hole that opens up. Drainage, exactly. For street, exactly. Sewers, that's it. Sewer. That's the name. Sewer. That's it. The sewer. He's in the sewer, exactly. But it's kind of like a sewer, like the thing that, you know, the thing, the metal thing that opens up and underneath, that's the sewer, right? That's the sewer. He goes in the sewer and there's all the rats underneath. So in other words, it's a hole that opens up and it's the sewer. And the rats are there and he's with the rats. So in other words, it shows that he's part of Ratland. I come here, I president of Ratland. You know what I mean? They're all connected. These rats are belong to the same group of rats, and they're all together. And this is the thing. It shows like in other words, guys, I think also it could mean the underbelly of all these people. Okay, they're all connected. So that's what I see. And what about Jared? Oh my God, Jared, you know, Jared is so he goes into the same sewer hole thing that Trump is, but he actually goes swim inside the you know, the cable, the, you know, the pipe. He's actually Jared is so deep in it that he's actually swimming in the sewer pipe. He's doing great, Jared. Jared, excellent for him. Very good for him. So, in other words, they're so deep, guys, in this, and it has to do with money laundering. Honestly, it has to do with money laundering and financial. Okay, financial information. Okay, so okay, wow, how crazy! No, can you believe it? It's crazy. So yeah, so this is like, guys, you know, but this is true. This is shows, and this is why they are afraid of what's gonna. I was telling her, you know, what's gonna be uncovered with this thing in Israel. You know, this is the thing. Eventually, Netanyahu is going to make the decision to step away as a means to protect the dirty work. They have all, guys. There's so much dirt. You know what I mean? That's gonna come out. And this guy Adelson, he is a big, you know, like I said before, the governor of Florida and Bella was saying, she was saying that even Lindsey Graham went to Israel. I'm not saying that if you obviously if you go to Israel there's something wrong with you, but if you go with Adelson, it is shady. Okay, I'm sorry, it is shady. So here we are today, huh? Interesting, very interesting. I find it interesting. Find it interesting. Find it interesting. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so next. Okay, so that's it. That's so what is it gonna mean? Okay, for Trump, guys, this whole thing is international, as we know. It's international. Okay, international. So okay, just one more, guys, and then I'll go. Okay, then I'll go move topic. But okay, so here, what do I have here? Okay, oh, so what does it mean for Trump? Mm. So look, victory, the wrong means, and justice is looking at how the guys, you know how I have not, you know, I this is not the day for it, but there's like conversation about Israel being involved in helping Trump win. And that's what in some ways this would suggest, okay, to a degree, okay, waiting for a gift from White House. So they are connected, guys, okay? So it's problem for them, problems here. So okay, so look, the treachery I think this could very well be Jared, okay, connected to the treachery here. And the White House twice. So they are looking at the connection, you know, to the White House, guys. And that is when it may even, I think it's possible that now it makes more sense. You know how like that the whole story I had, let me put you know, think about it later, that I like put it for another day to look into the Israel and the Trump victory, because we've talked a lot about Russia, but I guess somehow this is connected. Okay. Okay, hi guys. Okay, so next. Okay, so this is it. This is bad, and I think guys, this is all connected. Okay, I think it's going. Remember how I was talking about the moon, and all this stuff coming out about Trump. Imagine if it's a different country. Like he can't, you know what I mean? Like he can't control another country, especially Israel. You know what I mean? like it's gonna be a mess for him. It's gonna be a mess for all. Eventually, stuff's still gonna come out, start coming out, and they're not gonna be able to stop it. They can only do it for so long, okay? And once the whole thing stops, it's gonna be, starts, never gonna end. It's gonna be, it's gonna be serious, okay? Okay. So, okay, so guys, I feel a little I feel it exposed here with this shirt. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna get like a cover thing. Okay, okay. Sorry. Okay. So here. Okay. So here we are, guys. Okay. So I'm back. So anyway, so that's the story. Okay. That's a story here of interesting. Look, Adelson pushed Trump to drop McMaster in favor of Bolton. Okay. I also think, guys, there's a whole story of Iran, you know what I mean? Like how, like I still think I told you one time, how they were thinking of starting a war with Iran. It's, there's a connection there. Okay. So anyway, okay, so let's continue here. Like I said, I don't want to focus on it too much, guys. I'm just telling you, just quickly to tell you that there's going to be more, and I have to look into this another day in depth. Okay, but just for now, since they came up, I wanted to bring it up. Okay, so next. Okay, now so just quickly, two questions from you guys here. Okay, so Patricia Graves has a question. I believe Trump has early Alzheimer's. What do you think about this? So quick, I'll just ask quickly. Okay, this will be like a quick question. So does Trump have early Alzheimer's? Okay, so what I got, Patricia, or who asked this question, or some of you guys. It's not just for Patricia, of course. Is that I see that there's the brain, the part of the brain that seems to be affected is the frontal, is like around here is the frontal. In other words, is the frontal, there's a name. Okay, so, okay, so just quickly, okay, so just see here, frontal. Frontal lobe, okay, okay, so this is interesting because how a lot of people are talking about how Trump has he has a balance problem. Okay, so it's saying that they say here that the things that they have sometimes resemble some elements of Parkinson's. Okay, so it's like tremor, shake, problems with balance and walking. And have you noticed, guys, how Trump he leans forward in a really strange way? Have you noticed this? He goes like this. He's like, his body, it's hard to copy like this to show, but I'm sure you've noticed. A lot of people have been talking about it. Okay, so this is it. So in other words, Alzheimer's is a specific okay, prefrontal cortex, exactly. So it's not how do you say this? It's not as I think Alzheimer's is a specific, it's a form of, okay, Alzheimer's could be a form of dementia, but not all dementia is Alzheimer's. Okay, so So no, it's not because of this, Jay. There's a lot of articles about this, about the fact that he wears lifts on the shoes, but it's not about that. Because, for example, Tom Cruise also wears lifts in his shoes, and he doesn't walk like this. It's not because, and all of us women, guys, think about it. We wear high heels. We're constantly tilted forward, but we don't stand like this. Otherwise, we fall. It's not normal. We have to actually stand backwards to balance. You know what I mean? It's actually the way to create the. You know what I mean? He goes forward. It's not. It's very strange. Okay, and that's what it is. Okay, he was like this. It's like he's tilting forward. Like I said, guys, have you noticed when you're wearing heels, it's like if you do this, you fall. Like it's not normal. You know what I mean? You actually have to go backwards to balance, not forward. It's not normal. Okay, when you wear heels, think about it, right? So that's it. So in other words, the answer is kind of a, it's obviously sometimes those things that there's a comorbidity, but I feel like, okay, so okay. Okay, so frontotemporal dementia strikes between ages of 45, 65. Okay. So poor judgment, loss of empathy, socially inappropriate behavior, lack of inhibition, repetitive compulsive behavior, inability to concentrate or plan, frequent abrupt mood changes, speech difficulties, problems with balance or movement. Okay. So you see what I'm saying? So I think it's possible, guys, okay, that in other words, the answer is not necessarily, I believe it's closer to, okay. I feel like there's the difference. I remember looking, guys, I one time I was reading about Alzheimer's and seeing these images of Alzheimer's. I think it's much more spread. It affects a bigger part of the brain. It's spread out. This thing, it's a little bit like closer to here, and it's telling me also because of the drug abuse. You know how he used a lot of uppers his whole life. I'm not saying it's necessarily, I don't know exactly what the relationship is, but the drug use may have contributed to the, you know what I mean? So I think that makes more sense actually, right? As you know, I'm not a doctor, but that's my feeling here. Now Alzheimer's, it's frontal temporal dementia. Hmm. And one time I looked into this, I said the same thing before. I remember this frontal temporal, looking into this because I see, guys, it's like this here in the brain and over here. It's this. Okay, so this is it. Okay, there's this more than the Alzheimer's is, it's specific but in a different way. And it's kind of like, how I was telling you guys, how, for example, I think if he had Alzheimer's, he would not know the difference between, for example, Putin and, Saudi Arabia, for example, right? We know that I think it really creates a much more nebulous um, issue, okay, with memory and association. I think with him, he never forgets that. Well, all he does is becomes more aggressive. He becomes more unhinged. He becomes more, you know what I mean? So I think it's much more likely, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he has, you know what I'm saying? Like he became more extreme. He became much more extreme than he was before. He was always very extreme, but now it's like he's even more unhinged. And I think if he had the Alzheimer's, he would be like, who is that person? I don't know him. I don't know her. Or he would totally not know who Putin is. You know what I mean? Like it would be a different thing. Okay. It would be a different thing. Okay. Okay. So and I think it's interesting because in other people, like, I think in some ways he already had the personality of the unhinged. For somebody like him, in some ways, it doesn't seem like it's a huge personality change because he was always like this. He was always rude. He was always like, but now it's like it got worse. It got worse. Okay. So so it makes sense. It makes sense here. Okay. Interesting question. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Interesting. Alzheimer's is hereditary. His father dies of Alzheimer's. So interesting. Okay, interesting. So, but I'm just saying, guys, I really do think it's a frontal lobe thing. Because they're saying, even if you look up the gait, the way he walks, okay, the way he walks, it's a very telling. Apparently, it's a big sign of this frontal thing. So okay, and then the other thing is like okay. Remember, guys, how we talked about he could have had a stroke? Remember the story about this? Okay, there is some brain, he has some brain issues, definitely, okay, that are accelerating. Okay. 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 And it's saying especially because guys, I didn't even see this the news. Okay. It was something like they were saying that exactly drag his right leg when he walks. Exactly. And also the other thing I wanted to say is that for people like that, it's harder and harder to do things they don't want to do. So to get him to do something that is like an obligation, it's very tough. Okay. So it's a lot of work for people who work behind the scenes trying to make him do things. Okay. He just will not follow. Okay. So, okay. So guys, the reality is that he's not in shape enough to be president. He should not be president. If we had a normal government, he would not be president. And whether it's not even, guys, regardless of whether he's a Democrat or Republican, a bad or a good person, it's like his mind is not, it's not fit to be, because, the sad thing, guys, the frontal, I know because of the ADD, the ADD thing, and sometimes I worry if I'll end up like him or something, but is that it's all the frontal, it's like it has to do with making decisions and focusing. So that's why I am kind of aware of these, okay, of how this part of the brain, how it affects you in a way, because I looked into it for myself. Okay, so to have a president who has to, like, his job is to make decisions, and if he can't make decisions, he can't focus. It's not, he can't fulfill the job. Okay, so you know what I mean. So okay. Okay, so all right. So guys, one time I talked about the mother, another day, the relationship with his mother. Exactly. Even in the best of days, he's not fit to be president. But now it's exaggerated, something that already existed in him. Okay. Okay. And guys, it's so interesting. I remember this, this may be related or not, but I remember something about reading about psychopaths. As doesn't know, I'm interested in crimes or whatever, right? But how criminals or serial killers or something, they didn't have exactly they have frontal lobe problems. They can't control their impulses. Okay. So then they commit crimes. It's easier for them to commit crimes, so it's all this part of the brain is connected to to being sociopath. Me, yeah. I don't know anybody. I care about me. Okay, exactly. It's gotten worse, guys, because imagine the amount of stress you are under. It's not just because of stress, it's also because of age and lack, poor health and all those things. Okay, so okay. Okay, so, and I know, guys, I'm telling you, this is like also if you have ADD, which I think is like what he has essentially is a very way terrible form of this at that age. Okay, so if you have this, what happens is that it's very hard for you to, like, the focus again. It's terrible. It's very difficult, and you can't. And the amount of, guys, when you have it without medication, what happens is, like, to focus on something that is not something you care about, or it's something that is difficult for you. It's so, you demand so much energy. It really demands a lot of energy, and if he doesn't have energy already, okay, so you know what I mean. So that's the story. You know what I mean. So if the mother had done a better job, he wouldn't be here. I don't know, guys. This is for another conversation. Okay. I think some, there's stories about people who are very nice parents, and sometimes the child is a psychopath. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to blame his mother. Okay, honestly, it's about him, not a mother. I mean, one day we'll look into it more in depth. Okay, but I just feel like it's his fault. Okay, it's like, you know what I mean. Like, he is a horrible person, and it is what it is. Like, not everybody, a lot of people have horrible parents, and they're still not bad people. Okay, I'm sorry. You know what I mean. It's not the excuse. Okay. You know what I mean? So another time, like I said, you know, so yeah, it's complicated. There is a role here in the mother. I said before, okay, I've said before, this is, like I said, I already looked into this a long time ago. I could do this another day. Okay, like I said, guys, I don't want to get into this because there's a lot to talk about. And if I get into this thing, I won't be able to look into the other issues. Okay. Okay. So no, she is a very cold person. The mother was highly critical, and this is long story. The mother is very critical, very mean, and domineering. Okay, so no, she's not a good mother, like in the in the sense of, like, I think there's other issues, of like sexual humiliation. There's just different things. I said before, if I find the reading about his mother, I'll send you the link. Okay, but let's move on, because I have to move on here to the other questions. Now Phyllis has a question. Can you please look into the outcome of the Republicans suing California for mail-in ballots? So you saw that the Republicans are suing California, okay? Suing California to stop the mail. They're so desperate. So this is an interesting question. You know, like I said, I'm answering smaller questions, quote unquote, just simple questions, relatively simple, okay? And then, okay, and then, okay, so let me find out. So what's going to happen? You know, the RNC, or the Republicans of California, they are suing Gavin Newsom, okay, to try to stop this mail. You know, this is like serious, guys. They're really afraid of this, okay? So what's going to happen here? Okay, what's going to happen to this story? Okay, what is going to happen with California and the mail-in ballots? Okay. They don't want it, guys. They don't want it, okay? Obviously, they don't. And I see that there's something about these ballots that it would go to the governor, like that. It's something where the Democrats would have control, or like, you know, they would not be able to do the schemes they would, you know, they wanted to try. Okay, so what's going to be the outcome of this lawsuit? Okay. Interesting. So here is, this is, I would think this is the ballot. It could be the ballot. Okay, getting what we want. We're gonna get what we, okay, getting what we want, and then moving. Okay, somebody leaving. Corruption and also hacking. Okay, this is a classic card of hacking. Long time, hacking, stability, clouds, internet. That's it. We have plan here. We need the internet. We need internet for hacking informations. We need it. Yeah. Ah, please, please, we have deal here. We have deal for, look, guys, these two cards, the hacking and the cloud. Okay, so hmm. They worry. Look, they're crying. Ah, ah, no, no, no. Hmm. Crying work. We work so hard to like destabilize everything. We work so hard to really like. We work so hard to mess it up. Have meeting. Yeah, that's right. So the meeting, now this is people coming together, social interactions. In other words, it's kind of like they wanted, please go vote. Go vote, please. Go vote together. No, go vote together, because then I could go on the cloud and I can change things. So, okay. So, okay. So no, so you know, Pretty Pearl, I said before, you know, like when you said it, this is why I told you the other day, I thought, oh, sometimes I think, I wonder if you're a troll, because those talking points of like the idea that the mail-in ballots are very Republican, okay? They push this idea, no, it's not easier. It's not easier to do that. So much so that I had looked into it already. Remember how I talked, if you guys watched the reading on Friday about Karl Rove, okay? About Karl Rove, how he was, the reason why he went into the Republicans to help the Republicans is that he was really afraid of what would happen. Okay, what would happen if they don't have control of the voting machines, because the voting machines are kind of set up for some sort of cheating. It's easier for them. Okay, so like, you know, so this is why. Okay, This is why I just feel like sometimes, you know what I mean? Like I'm curious as to like where you find these things. Sometimes I'm like, it's so interesting. I mean, I'm not, you know, this is, I'm just explaining, okay, how sometimes I notice these like these ideas, okay, but it's not, yeah, so okay. So yeah, so no, there's no nothing, okay. It's just that this is something that I think they've worked very hard, guys. I think the whole situation with voting in person, there are many aspects to this. Is one where they can say, oh, you know, your name is not registered correctly. There couldn't, you know, could they create situations where if you show up in person, they will disregard the vote, okay? First of all. And then second of all is that there's this part where they could give people the wrong direction for the polls and then, you know, do things like this, okay? So then the third thing is like they can go on inside and do it, okay, and do this thing, okay. So okay. So you know what I mean? So it's just like making it easier for people to vote, okay? So I think it's like they want because okay, the other reason, guys, is the other reason for this is that there's another reason is that they don't, because California is such a large state, if it becomes clear that you could do this in California, other states are going to start asking for it. So they need to stop it completely. They are very afraid that if this takes hold, it will be harder for them to do this. And I also get a sense, guys, there's a crime connected to mail fraud, isn't it? I think it's a much more serious crime, mail fraud, than it is to, you know, the hacking is harder to track. It's, you know what I mean, it's much harder to track. It demands a certain level of like aptitude, you know, it's a little bit more complicated to prove. But for whatever reason, I understand here that mail fraud is much more serious, a much more serious crime, A, and B, it's easier to check if there was cheating involved, okay. So you know what I mean, so I think it's much more secure from what I understand here, okay, then like in some ways it's like they just don't want it to become popular, okay. Yes, federal offense to tamper with mail, exactly. Not to say, I'm sure that voting is also, you know, guys, because I think the situation, if you read, I said before, like the thing with the Friday reading was fascinating. If you haven't watched it, listen to it, okay? It's about Kolarov. It was so interesting because it showed how they, for years and decades, they they somehow were able to enter into these voting machine connectors or whatever you call it, okay, and somehow change the votes. They could do a lot. They know how to use it, and they have been perfecting this for years. Not only that, but they check against the number, you know, whoever it is, your name on the day, you know, they know how to do it. They mess it up. But the mail vote thing is more complicated, okay, because it's not a private vendor who controls those machines, okay. So you know what I mean, so that's part of it, okay. So that's the story, okay. Exactly. So it's like they want to prevent people from like, because you know, guys, they are very happy to have us vote if they can change the numbers. Oh yeah, sure, go vote. And they know they could change the numbers. But if there's a system where it's much harder to cheat, then it's bad for them, because truly, in order for Republicans to win, there has to be a degree of voter suppression. They remember, guys, the other day Trump said it on radio. He said if they make it easy for so many people to vote, there's no way we're going to win the election. He said it, guys. He said it exactly. They don't, you know, they really are very good at it, okay. And the other thing, guys, you know, they have the local you know, party people who know how, you know, every like look, for example, North Carolina, how people would steal. This was actually the ballot. They would go try to steal your ballot and stuff like that, okay. So but the point that I'm making here is that it's very organized, okay. The stuff is very secret, very organized, okay. So okay. So you know, exactly, so it's safer and it's more convenient. So they don't want it, they don't want people to vote, guys. What is the bottom line is they don't want people to vote. Don't vote, and they win. Because when more people show up, the likelihood is that they're Democrats for whatever reason, okay. Okay, so the answer is, will they win? No. So what will happen to their, okay, generally this effort to stop, is it going to work to stop the mail-in voting? Are we going to, by next elections, what's going to happen? Oh, look, yeah, look, this asserting ourselves, the good people, the living room, in other words, from your home. Because this is, guys, the other thing is like we are in a very extreme situation with the coronavirus. Like the last thing you want is to expose people to, it's another instance where people are going to be close together somehow, touching the same surfaces. And like, it's not, think about it, even the voting machines are not safe. You have to ideally spray. If you touch it, you know what I mean? It's not right. It's not the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to do. Okay. It's not the right thing to do. You know what I mean? When the time of the coronavirus. So they fear that even if it's adopted now, it's going to be harder to remove. They're very clever guys. They're such clever people, as you know. Okay, as you know. Oh, here Kathleen is saying, she's in California. She says they verify your signature and you can track that it was counted through the county recorder. See, much harder. Okay, much harder. So okay, so yeah, so studies have been shown is very bipartisan. Yeah, so yeah, so that's why, guys, so it makes a lot of sense why they start trying to stop it. But I don't think they're going to be able to stop it because it makes no sense. It makes no sense that doing coronavirus, you want to make it harder for people to vote. No. So, okay. Okay. You know what I see, guys? They may try to steal, like, they're trying to steal, I don't know, like try to stop like the mail, you know what I mean? Jeanette saying 60 plus people who came down with the virus when they forced in-person voting in Wisconsin. Exactly, guys. It's dangerous. It is dangerous to vote. I'm not saying, not every single person, but it put people at risk when that happens. Okay. Okay. So, okay, so then there's another, okay, so now guys, quickly, I know, see, I'm ready beyond here. So just quickly, guys, I'm going to do this, okay, and then we're going to go to I want to give at least, 50 minutes to say with 7:56, but let's go, okay. Now, the cover of the New York Times, 100,000 dead, okay, it says U.S. deaths near 100,000 and incalculable loss. So I want to know, what is the Tehran administration's reaction to 100,000 number? What is going on in Tehran's mind as the dreadful numbers show devastation? How do Trump, Turtle, Barr, and Rand Paul and Nunes feel on a day like Memorial Day? Do they feel remorse? Because guys, first of all, how the hell, this is kind of crazy, what's going on. More people have died thus far than the combined number of people who died in the Korean War and the Vietnam War. It's a lot of people. Okay. It's a lot of people. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of people. And so how could we, the guy, and I don't understand, like he was playing golf. I'm just like, whoa, it's really, I mean, we're not shocked, okay? We're not shocked, but like, wow, they could have maybe tried to like make it like he would, me guys. And the other thing, he hasn't gone to a hospital once. Like you could put hazmat suits. He should have visited people who are you know what I mean? The guy is like, he has zero interest in this. He could care less about anybody, and 100,000 people have died and he doesn't acknowledge them. I think, to me, that is like, this is beyond politics. I don't care what party you are. How could you do this? You're the president, okay? And guys, even if you wasn't the president, imagine if you work for a company, if you're a CEO of a certain company, a lot of people died in the company. Are you going to ignore? It's just, I'm just like, it's just human decency, okay, that you acknowledge the people who have passed in these very tragic circumstances, devastating consequences for their families. You know what I mean? Because it's so awful, guys. COVID, how people are isolated. It's just like a terrible thing. There's no other way to put it. It is a terrible thing. So, you know what I mean? So like, so okay. I just like, wow, really, golfing. It's almost like he have an advisor, somebody who would tell him, look, you have to at least put on a face, pretend that you care. I know you don't care, but let's pretend that you care. But even that is too hard for him, guys. And maybe this is the dementia thing, is that he doesn't care and he's not even pretending anymore. You know what I mean? This is like, to me, it's like, wow, really? And then they're shocked that, oh my God, the numbers, really? Okay. So do you mind? Okay, let me just quickly ask about this, because it is sometimes, it shouldn't be shocking, but it is. Okay, 100. This is a milestone. 100,000 people. Okay, and nothing. And like, you go golf. Like, it's kind of like like, think about it. You've lost all these people. You're gonna go golfing. Is sort of like a fun, quote unquote, thing to do. Why would you? I don't know, guys. I'm just like, it makes me sick to even think about it. Okay. Okay. So, okay, so what is the Trump administration's reaction to this number? Okay, first of all, not good, not good. No, no, no. Let's reopen. They want to reopen because they want to change the story. Okay. So, okay, so it's not working. They, oh no, just stick, just like keep going. They're saying just keep going. It's gonna get better. Once we have a vaccine, that's why they wanted they wanted to say there's a solution, even if it's not true. Because oh, don't worry about it. It's gonna go away. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's gonna go away. 100,000 dead. Oh, we're doing great. Yeah. So, okay, but what are they thinking? Okay, what's going on with Trump? Wait, like, what about today? Like anybody in the house? What do they think? I mean, what's going on in their minds? Guys, I see actually Lindsey Graham, like, and I don't know if one time I went skiing once when I was like, my early 20s, okay. And I've never skied. It's like it's so scary to me because I had pretty good balance because I've done rollerblading a lot or whatever. Okay. So like so anyway, so it's just it's like so yeah, it's like yeah, I was gonna say it's just like it's not. No, I don't think it's at all. It's at all what you're saying. Like she's saying, pretty pearl saying, oh, no, it's not about cold hearted. They know exactly what's going on. They know the numbers are real. Like in other words, this is not about empathy. It's about elections. You know what I mean? It's just not about what they feel. This is about the reality of the combination of this number and the number of the polls. The polls, guys, I've also linked here, are terrible. And all these articles have been coming out saying that Republicans behind the scenes know that this is the end, that things look terrible for them. Okay, so what I see is that Lindsey Graham is like going, if you go skiing, go downhill skiing, and you can't stop. I could never stop. So you can go really fast until you hit something, and depending on the ski, slope or whatever you call it, you could just look at a precipice. Okay, you know what I mean? It's like they're looking at a precipice and hoping for the best. Okay, so like they know this is bad, really, really bad for them. And I think because guys, all the polls now show a very direct and obvious correlation between his response to the coronavirus and the approval numbers. Okay. So it's not helping him. Okay. You know how they did this, they pay these people, whatever these people are, the quote unquote protesters. Okay. You know what I mean? So it's that. Okay. So it's not, again, this is about cold hard numbers. Okay. And this is not about, you know what I mean? This is it. So they know this is it. They know that they're staring down the precipice, and it's dangerous, very dangerous for them. It's kind of like, guys, I don't know how else to put it. It's kind of like, yeah, like if I were nowadays, if I were downhill skiing on a very steep slope, I could die. Like seriously, without a like you pray for the best, but you're not prepared. There's no brakes. There's nothing. Okay, anything could happen. Okay, so okay, you know what I mean. So this is it. So that's the story. Okay. So they know the story. Okay, so then what about, okay, so is there an advisor or somebody telling Trump, like, go do something, show that you care? What the hell? He doesn't want to be associated with, I don't, how he's a germaphobe, he hates disease. He doesn't want to be associated with disease. So he's like, I'm not one of these sick people. He hates, that is something he feels, he hates it. He hates any association with it from his own ego, megalomania. Okay. So he doesn't want to be, so no, that's not me. I am a winner. I only talk about good things. Okay. So he has a real aversion to anything that is quote unquote negative. That is like not yeah, exactly, not just his weakness, but it makes him look bad. And guys, you know this story about Roy Cohn, right? How he was that horrible lawyer guy that was his ally, but the moment he got AIDS, he completely abandoned the guy. Okay, not that he was a horrible person, Roy Cohn. Okay, but still, he abandoned him the moment he got sick. Okay, he's not interested. He completely lost interest. He can't associate himself with anybody who has this, who's mortal, or you know what I mean, or has a, okay. anybody that demands any demand of empathy or like, so it's just okay. So that's the story. Okay, that's the story about Trump, and he's just has this. He's really he hates disease or hates anything that is not winning. It's not like a magazine kind of situation. Okay. So what is going now? The interesting thing is like what is going on in T Run's mind as the dreadful numbers show devastation. In other words, does he think he has to win the election? Oh, and this, of course, guys, it explains. It says like he didn't really win the last election either. So he doesn't necessarily think that he has to get all the votes. He has to get the foreign partners. The right foreign partners can make it happen for him. Okay. So he doesn't, guys, this is the thing. He doesn't care. And they say to him, look, we're not going to have the Senate that there are many articles, as you know, guys, have been saying this. The Senate is at risk. The Senate is at, they tell him, they're like, oh, okay, but he doesn't care. He cares about himself. And as we know, guys, this whole situation is all about short-term thinking. All that they do is everything is short-term thinking. Okay, they don't really think beyond the next month or something. Everything is like, okay, so at some point there's such an accumulation of like problems that that is what it is. Okay, so so now, how did Trump turtle bark? Because at first I went on Twitter earlier today, this morning, and someone was saying like, oh, Trump is late for the ceremony. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it must be hard because you're a traitor. So of course you don't want to be there. It makes you feel uncomfortable. So how did Trump turtle bark, Rand Paul and Nunes feel on a day like today? Do they feel remorse or fear? Like, it's kind of interesting to think about it, okay? So exactly, it has to cheat better, Audrey. Exactly, it has to cheat better. Okay, so it makes them feel a little uncomfortable. They don't like it, okay? Because they see, I feel like they kind of, all of them, I feel like they have to go to these ceremonies in their hometowns, okay? And they feel, it's like you see these older gentlemen, okay, who are in all these wars and like all these people who died, and they prefer to think about it as an abstraction. When they think, they feel bad for them that they sacrifice it, guys. And this is the thing, none of these people are about service of any kind. It's all about taking advantage of somebody. So they look at the people in the military who are celebrating those who passed away and everything. They think they're a bunch of not schmuck, it's like idiots. Why would you sacrifice yourself for anything? That makes no sense. I'm all about taking as much as I can. And that's what winning is about. Is about taking, not sacrificing. Okay, so he thinks these people are kind of like old fashioned or like dated or like whatever bullshit. I don't buy into this. I don't do this. You know what I mean? So they don't really respect, honestly. And you know how Trump, guys, this is the truth. Trump and those people, they only care about the military if it's about making money for themselves or creating like these like spectacle parades, bullshit parades. Okay, so, but they don't really care about the people who serve. I mean, guys, do you remember the story about the National Guard? How they wanted them to leave a day before the last day so that they would not get the benefits. To me, it's like, wow, that is so sick. Those are people like helping build hospitals. Okay, do all these things, and they are treating them like this. It's not as if they would make millions either. Okay, it's just one extra benefit thing. Okay, that they get. No, I don't want it. Okay, so think about it. This is like so cheap. Okay, so yeah, so it does make them uncomfortable. They want to avoid as much. I feel like they're like, oh yeah, sure. Like they makes them uncomfortable. Okay, even July 4th too, because they know it kind of reminds them they're not really helping their country. Okay, so okay now. So okay now quick question, guys. I know then I swear I'm gonna go to the other one. Okay, but here. T. Run's poll numbers are devastating for his reelection. And then because, okay, so one of the things that came up in this article was saying that the reason why he wanted to open the churches or mention the churches, the places of worship, is that he wanted to score a win with the evangelicals. But guys, I know those people believe whatever he says, but even them, there has to be a limit to like how much. Oh, interesting, no? Interesting. Like okay, come on, it's so blatant and so obvious. But what is showing, guys, I think it was one of those articles. It's very interesting. The numbers are awful. Look how losses here. A double-digit decline in Trump's favorability among white evangelicals, -11, white Catholics -12, and white mainline Protestants -18 from the previous month. So it's a lot of people in a very short period of time. Okay. So and so then I'll go, oh yeah, let's open we open church. Open church. Does he think they're so stupid? Like, even like I said, guys, they believe things that I think are how could you believe that? But to just randomly like just do something like this just to make them, oh look, President Trump mentioned a church. Like that, is that enough for you? Like you don't even care about their well-being. If he cared about his voters, this is the other thing, guys. Those red states, I understand where they want us to suffer in the blue states. But the red states where everybody's going to the beach, everybody's meeting up in the lakeside, I'm like, whoa, I thought you guys were supposed to focus on voter suppression and the death of people who are not going to vote for you. But you were like, this is like, makes no sense. So you're encouraging your own voters to go out there and get sick. Is that it? Like, it makes no sense. Okay, so it's not even because they believe, it's not even a point of whether they believe it or not. The point is that it's bad for them. I don't care what you voted for. If you're going to go out there in an environment where there's one person sick, you could get sick and it's terrible. So, it's like, God, they don't even care about their own voters. That's a problem. Okay. You know what I mean? They're gonna cause harm to their own voters. They're gonna harm them and they're not gonna be able to vote. Like seriously, okay? Okay. So now my question then is, what is going on with the evangelical voters that they are turning against him? In other words, all of this, the religious people, what is going on with the religious people / evangelical voters that voted for Trump? And why are they, what is going on with them? Okay. So, it's interesting. I find it interesting. What's going on? Oh, heart, heartbroken. I love him, but not no more. No more. Heartbroken. Heartbroken. This makes sense. Look, guys, the sun upside down. It's like they discover things that are not pleasant. I heartbroke about him. Yeah, I love him, not no more. Interesting. Look at this. This is a card of analysis and facts. So they're like, the bitch. I love him, but he said I should go die. I don't love him no more. Because guys, he's not caring. And this is the thing, okay? This is maybe some sort of stereotype, okay? So, but guys, seriously, this is like a lot of religious people actually care about, even though some of them, I don't understand what they're coming from. But if a person is dying, you kind of ideally, religion tends to have a lot of rituals connected to death, okay? Really. So you can't, it's very difficult for like a person who's religious. Oh, he died, don't worry about it, just bury whatever. Like, it's usually buried. There's a lot of burial rituals in all religions connected to religious, you know what I mean? So if how, guys, for example, there's some people don't go to church ever. I'm not judging, but then when they die, they're buried in the church. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever religious affiliation you have, it shows up at the moment when you die. Or if you're Jewish, you have a Jewish burial. You know what I mean? Even if you're not don't go to the synagogue a lot. You know what I mean? Like every religion has this. Like, so the idea that they would just like completely ignore death, like it's nothing. I don't know. I don't know who believe. Okay, look, health. This is a health card. Okay, they're heartbroken about health. Okay, health, and this is, guys, over time. This could be older men, but the fact that they're older, the health of the older people. Look, they realize, like, saying that they don't care about the health of the older people is a bad thing for them. Okay, is a bad thing because it's like that. It's like this is the health of the older people is important, guys. Most people, okay, I don't care who you are, you're going to care about your grandparents. What kind of heartless person is going to be like, oh, my grandparents are sick. Might as well just die anyway. Whatever, you're going to die anyway, right? Like, what kind of person talks like this? Or imagine, even if you have trouble with your grandparents, even if you have, most people, unless there's like a real abusive situation or something like this, okay? You know what I mean? Most people will be like, wow, my grandparents are sick. Can you imagine like abandoning them? It's an awful thought. It's an awful thing. People are the most vulnerable, like you abandon, that is like horrible. You know what I mean? Most people, guys, nobody, I don't care, even the most evil person is gonna be like, unless they're on that very high level, like Trump, like so heartless. If to do this to an older person. This is what I'm saying. Like the way they treated the old, how they went on Fox and they said, oh, they're going to die anyway, right? Whatever. They said it. And this, guys, this is saying a lot. It's, oh, and guys, this reminds me, I remember reading this research, okay? This research that religious people, like the people under 35 are not very religious at all. They don't have any religious affiliation, but older, in other words, the older people, the people that traditionally vote for Trump are religious and older. So you know what I mean? If you say something bad, and guys, the average age of people in Fox News is 69 or something like that, of the people who watch Fox News. So if you say that quote unquote older people, senior citizens don't matter, you're saying it to your own base, okay? You're saying to them, I don't care about you. Like, it's like, and it's like for them, they were very easy. It was easy for them to say bad things about Democrats, whatever. I don't care about Obama. I don't care about this and that. But when it's them, how this is the interesting thing I told you before about the base. They don't care. They laugh at everybody. They call people names. But if you say something bad to them, they remember. Oh, yeah? Are you sure? What? What? If you say something bad about them, oh my God. Oh my God, what? What? It's like they don't, you know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? So they're like, how could you do this to me? Okay, this is true. Oh, look, the woman. I like it. I like it. This is very interesting. Look at this, guys. It's the women. You know how they said they were one of the, I've been reading all these articles about the Republicans, okay, and how they're desperate. They're very scared because the Trump is losing women. The group that he's losing the most voters is the evangelical women. Look, I'm not sure I can vote for President Trump. He said my grandmother could die. I don't think so. My grandmother is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. He better not touch my grandmother. Like really, guys, seriously, like, okay. So, you know what I mean? Like, what kind of person? Like, this is not a psychopath, okay? I know, I'm sure the Republicans, they talk amongst themselves, they say these things to each other, but you don't say that stuff in public. Okay, you just don't. You need their votes. Don't insult them. Not, guys, it's not an insult. It's saying, I'm glad people died. This is, I think this is beyond insult. It's beyond insult. To say that you don't care if they die, it's just like, wow. It's your own voter? It's to your own voter, really? They should sacrifice exactly. No, and the answer is that the voter's like, bitch, are you sure? Why don't you go ahead? Go ahead. Really, go ahead. Go ahead. Really, like seriously, guys. You know what I would like to see is these people who say these things come out with the entire families to a hospital without a mask. Why don't you do that? If you want to, are you sure you want to do that? Why don't you show up? Somebody should ask them, why can you show up to a hospital without a mask, without anything? Your entire family, including your grandparents, your great grandparents. Why don't you show up? They won't do it. They know it's dangerous. Okay. But they say, like, this is like, oh my God, God, okay, so this is interesting. So successful outcome, okay, here. Going away. Oh, look, they took the carriage. They needed the women for the successful outcome. I take train. See you later, trash. See you later. 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 Yeah, so no, I have a good life. Now, this is interesting. Look, they look at things now, they use logic because they were hurt. They were hurt. I know, guys, how as women, it's like if you like love a guy and you find out he's not who you think he is. Well, let me find out the information. I went on his Facebook account. Oh yeah, that's the ex-wife over here, this one. Turns out this, okay, guys, Tim, this is me. Okay, one time I dated a guy. I think I told you this, and then I found his information on it. I found his divorce case because I'm a psychic investigator. So I found the whole, like, all the little things, and I was like, oh, I know informations. I have a receipt here. I have it. So I followed the divorce case. So like. So so you know what I mean? It's true. Like, women are like, we're very emotional, but when shit hits the fan, we go for fact. I have receipts here, collection of receipts here. Have it. Okay. So you know what I mean? It's kind of funny. It's true. Okay. Women, like, when this is the thing, they're heartbroken. Then after you get heartbroken, then you're like, oh, I use facts. Then you go for facts. And then women with facts, when we wake up, oh yeah, we are like the best lawyers in the world. Okay. So then they look at this. This is kind of funny. So in other words, look, they're heartbroken. They use their head now. Oh yeah. Where's the okay? Here's the thing: to get what do they really want? Do they care about? And they go. See you later. See you later, trash. See you later. Huh. So you know what I mean? So this is it. So they go. They find informations. They get angry and they go after. You know how it is, right? Like when things turn, like so so this is it. So it turns out, guys, this is like, I hope this is true. It's the full picture. He was insulting women, and those women were next. They still believed him because they said, "Oh, Hillary, terrible. Hillary, horrible," right? They were believing this, and now it's the women are the ones who leave him. Finally, I mean, what took so long? Okay, what took so long? Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, 'cause this is, guys, it actually turns out to be fascinating for my house, right? So it's like, guys, yes, and the women are I remember a long time ago, guys, at the very beginning, I think this was before the House votes and everything like that, okay? Um so like so then I remember thinking that, seeing that the women and the evangelical women were kind of saying to their husbands, "Are you sure? He's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't like him," and all those things. And so finally they're like, they're done. I'm done. I'm done with this. And I think, guys, I think they should demand of this is the thing, the Republicans made a huge mistake in putting all the eggs in one basket. If they had a different, if it wasn't like a dictatorship where they had to follow everything, you know what I mean? They could have had another option, but because it was like all Trump or nothing, they don't have an option. So they're going to lose. Oh yeah, I think they're like, I like Joe Biden. He's a nice man. He stands by his wife. His wife is, it's like, his wife, not to say, okay, guys, okay, think about Joe Biden. He's married to a woman of like a normal age, okay? Okay, you know what I mean? Like the age difference is normal, okay? He's a good person. He had hardships in his life. They prefer, you know what I mean? Think about it. It's I'm telling you, these women, guys, it's a change, okay? There's a change here, and they're like done with this because it got, and guys, and I'm sure, can I tell you also, the situation of coronavirus, I'm pretty sure women are burdened, okay? The ones who takes care of the kids if everybody's home. It's the women. There's more work for women at home. They are the ones who have to do more. There's more labor for women with coronavirus. Okay, this is everywhere across the board. I don't care what, if you're Republican, Democrat, whatever. It's a fact. So the women are gonna be, they were the ones like, okay, if this motherfucker had done the right thing, it would have been a shorter thing, but more effective. Think about it, because it's the women who end up taking care of the sick. Okay, exactly. I think, guys, a lot of I believe, okay, the ones that are not hateful, the ones that are not so like, oh my god, I hate them, they don't buy into the hate, because the thing is, like, it gets exhausting. Okay, after a while it gets exhausting. And I was watching, I think it was one of those, the guys from the Lincoln Project. It was a Rick Wilson. I think he said something like, the problem with the Republicans now is that there's nothing positive. It's the same haterade. It's hate, hate, hate all the time. And they should have grown from it, or like they could have evolved, but they stayed on the same level. Now he's the president. Why hate so much when you're in power now? Instead, like, you know what I mean? But it's always like, oh, it's someone else's problem. It's this, it's that. So no, so it's bad. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. So now, I'm sorry it took so long. Okay. But now we're going to go to the main topic, which is the Memorial Day. But is it okay? I think it was interesting, guys. Okay. I think this is interesting. Okay. Yeah. I thought this was very interesting information. I just feel like, guys, the situation for Trump is looking increasingly terrible, as is the situation for the country. Like, he should not, exactly. Hate is a disease, okay? It's exhausting, guys, to hate so much. It is exhausting, okay? Exhausting for them to be constantly blaming other people. At some point, you realize that, that it's not, it cannot possibly be everybody's fault all the time, everybody else's fault, and he's perfect, okay? People wake up like, come on, really? Really? You know what I mean? Think about it. It's kind of strange, okay? Kind of strange. Oh my God, Morsi wrote something very funny. She said, the Australian media is now referring to the pandemic in the US as the moronavirus. Moronavirus. Exactly. It's a moron. Exactly, guys. Okay, okay. Now let's go to now guys, let's go to the other, big topic of the night, which is okay, which is Memorial Day. Okay, now. Okay, so informations, okay, have a little bit here. And it's funny, Morrissey, because she has her uncle, or her uncle was in the military. I'm sorry, I forgot his name, but he's a famous person, okay, in the military. He wrote books about the war. I forgot, okay, so but her uncle, I feel like I see him here. But guys, okay, I'm gonna get started, okay, with the Memorial Day. Okay, so first let's like send a light to everybody to thank them okay, for the service, and to give strength to all the veterans still around, okay, like who are fighting today, who are away from home, and dealing with what I think is an abuse by Trump administration. Guys, all those kids, okay, these are kids in the Marines who are in the ships, and they had all coronavirus. Remember how like the guy was fired? Think about it. The guy was fired, the captain of the ship that had all the kids with the coronavirus, and they were not supposed to say that. Remember how he was fired? Like, okay, think about it. So disrespectful, okay? But let's show them light and respect here, okay? Leadership, okay, so again, to thank all the veterans on this earth and on the other side as well for everything they've done, okay? And to hold the hands, okay? They're all together, guys. I see them, a light, a circle of people holding hands, okay, around each other, okay? So they're like connected, they're all connected together, okay? And I kind of get this image saying, of course, they're saying, of course, wars are wrong. They manipulated us to make us, like, they manipulated us with the love of the country to go and do things that in many cases were wrong. But we believed in the values. This is the thing. We believe in all these values, and the values are real, and the values are what kept us going in the toughest times. And to see them attack our get goosebumps, attack the values is so wrong. There's no way to, they're like so disgusted, guys. There's nothing else. There's no more. I don't know. It's so disgusting to them that they could take all the pain and the hardship and everything because they had the values. And now these traitors, okay, these traitors, guys, are out there like attacking the values. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. Like they say, it's so immoral and so awful, because we didn't we didn't go to kill. The point for us was not to kill people, was to protect our values. And when they piss on they piss on our values, they like, guys, they offend all of us. They offend all of us. Okay. And they're telling me here also, guys, they're saying like, yeah, Trump was late because some ghosts were harassing him at night. Okay. He's afraid, guys. I think Trump is afraid. He sees a lot of ghosts that remind him that he's a traitor. He's essentially afraid of the military. Guys, I think Trump, in some ways, I believe that he has both, that obviously he has, there's a lot of haunted spirits going after him, as he's falling asleep. But I think he has a bit of psychic ability. He could tell. I think he has a vision. Like I have vision that a military coming for the Khayam, military coming for the Khayam. At the end of the day, somebody coming for the Khayam, coming for the Khayam. Yeah, coming for the Khayam. Yeah. So somebody coming for the Khayam, huh? Yeah. Huh? Huh? Hmm? So he's afraid because he knows that he's in danger, okay? That's why. Okay, so it's uncomfortable for him because he has to sit there and pretend like he cares about the military, and he doesn't. Pretend like, guys, think about it. How could you stand there and say that you care about the military when you try to cut? I am still like, I can't even, I'm sorry to be ranting so much, but it's like I can't even, when I think of like they wanted to cut the National Guard on the last day, just, oh my God, Jesus, it's like awful, So okay. Okay, so yeah. So guys, okay, this is the thing I tell you, okay? I tell you more, okay, before my house here. So, who I see comes back here is McCain. And I was looking up stuff just now because I wanted to, before, to make sure I saw it, because I see him in a ship. So McCain is in a ship, and I was like, I don't honestly, I didn't know. I know everything military. I know, no, I don't. But like, I was like, why is he in a ship? I wasn't sure. Okay, I wasn't sure what he was like, why he was in the Navy. And then I looked it up. It said yes, he was in the Navy. So yes, it makes sense that he's in the Navy. And why, guys? Can I tell you? He is in this. It's a big ship. Okay, is the big ship. And then I see that there's machine guns, okay, some sort of like big guns, and they're shooting at the sea. And okay, guys, so okay, I'll tell you again. Um, okay, of course, who knows what this means, okay? Okay, I know exactly. There's a ship named for her. That's right, I remember. But I was just about checking, okay? But I just want to say this, guys. I see that he is telling me, he's indicating the stuff that I've seen before. You know how recently I've been seeing that there's something related to the sea. There's something related to the, and I said it could be some sort of attack on the Navy, okay? And I say he kind of showed me that the military is going to be shot, is going to be attacked. Like a ship is going to be attacked in the middle of the sea, and the sailors are going to defend themselves. They're going to survive the attack, but that Trump, I think, is the enemy, is going to attack. Okay, an enemy country is going to attack as a joke, as a whatever, and Trump is going to cover up for the enemy. Okay, and that is going to be the thing that takes it all down. Okay, so because like President Trump, there's like, the news of this attack came out, and Trump is slow to say anything because they are Russians or whoever. I believe it could be Russians. Okay, I think, can I tell you guys, I think it's about the, okay, I'm getting also this information, okay, about, I've seen this before, like internet cables, okay, like the internet cables are important. They could be trying to cut the internet cables, and the Navy could have intercepted them. I don't know exactly. This is something that NATO, it happens a lot. NATO watches over this, some one of those things, okay? So I feel like this is the thing. It could be that it's the last straw, okay? But like I said, guys, I think there's a lot that's going to happen. And because you know how it is, like one of the things that even for us now is hard to understand is how are people who support Trump going to be accepted? But I feel like if this truth about him really comes out finally, about who he really, guys, he's a traitor. And he's a traitor through and through. He does not care about his country. He's willing to compromise with he's willing to help support the enemy attack us. Because, and I think in his sick mind, okay, he wants to be saved. He knows he's in danger, and he believes that the Russians are going to go grab him and save him from this mess. I think, okay, so makes from his perspective, it makes sense to support the enemy because he believes that America is against him. I mean, seriously, guys, watch this, okay? Once the numbers go down, he realizes losing the election, he's going to hate America more than I think he hates now. Guys, can I tell you? And I hear the noise, okay? I say this, and I hear all these, I feel like sailors, like with their outfit, their white outfit, they're like, wow, yeah, they're like, yeah, heckling, is that how it is? Ah, woo, woo, like they're like, yeah, traitor, like they're laughing. They're not laughing, but like, that's it. Yeah, exactly. He's a traitor. Exactly, through and through. And I see, guys, somebody making an image like this. He needs to be removed. Like it's a if he was in the military, okay. If he was in the military, okay, he was like, you know what I mean? He should have been, you know what I mean? Like he would have. This is a death penalty situation, okay? If you help the enemy in a military scenario, okay. So it's like, I think it's like, once the guys, I told you before, and this is the thing to tell you again, don't only gets worse from here, okay? He's going to do anything and everything to try to get away, to try to escape the law, to escape everything. He's not going to be able to. It's like, I'm serious. It's going to go down so much until he goes away. Exactly, has no allegiance for anything except himself. And guys, this is the thing about, we talk about Michael Flynn, and this is the thing before why I think he'll never pardon Michael Flynn, is because if he pardons Michael Flynn, if the whole thing of like doesn't go through, of him like oh, like, oh, there was a problem, the FBI goes after me or something. If it doesn't work, he is not going to pardon Michael Flynn, because Michael Flynn knows his dirt. So if he says that Michael Flynn is guilty, it says that guys, Trump is willing to put his children, his grandchildren in jail before he puts himself in jail. This is who he is. This is who he is, okay? He's willing to throw anybody, their mother, their children, the mother, children, grandchildren, babies. I don't care. He's willing to do that. He's capable of that. We know that, right? He's capable of this. He is truly capable of this. Okay. So it's gonna come a time, guys, where I think, and this is like, this is the hope I have, that he's caught in the act finally, and to the point where it's undeniable what he's doing. Okay. So, but I still see it, and I see John McCain, yes. So, okay. Okay, guys. So I was looking stuff up because I have this information. Okay, so I have to tell you for my house. So I was, I still see McCain in the ship, and he's telling me South Seas, because I saw the flag and it's like South Seas. Where are you? I was trying to identify, where is this South Seas? He said, okay. So then I remember, guys, Guam is South Seas, right? Isn't it South Seas? Okay. So I saw, and this is what I was looking up. So I believe, yes, the Guam is South Seas. And then the other thing I was looking up is whether there's internet cables, and there are many internet cables in Guam, near Guam. It's a one submarine here. USA Guam cable landing stations. There's 5 of them. Okay. So in other words, it's possible. It makes perfect sense. Okay. So that they could try to attack like cables, internet cables. Okay. Now, okay, since they were preparing to do this anyway, so in Guam for some reason, okay, and then okay, and that is the thing, okay, like they are caught. I think that they're caught, and then they try to be, they try. I see that there's shots. I don't know, I'm sure it's not shots like a machine gun shots, or it's a miss. I don't know what you call it. You know what I'm talking about? The thing there's a name for it. I don't know. It's a there's a, how ships sometimes they have weapons on the side of them, like that they come out from the side. I forgot what I don't know. It's like it's on board, but there has to be a person manipulating it, but it's on the side. It's attacked on the side. Torpedo, that's it. Torpedo, something like that. Exactly. Oh my God, Maggie's saying my grandson on aircraft carrier in the area. He said they are being moved around a lot. Oh my God. Guys, okay, Maggie, let's say here, protect her grandson. Okay, can I have the first name of your grandson, please? First name of grandson. First name. Okay, just to make sure. Okay. Just, I don't think anything, I don't honestly don't even see casualties. I feel like it's gonna be, a great David. Okay, great heroism. Okay, does he know, it's interesting, does he, I see that he does a parachute also, like I don't know how to call it. He does submissions, parachute things, he jumps from the air. I military jump, I jumping. I don't know anything about it, but I see him jumping from the air, you know what I mean, with the parachutes things, carrying things, you know what I mean. So anyway, so he's gonna be okay. Okay, so that's what I think, guys. I just wanted to say that when the situation of the moon comes, I think it's everything related to water. And what is water? Also, is water is the Navy. Okay. So like I said, I think don't I wanted to tell you at the same time that I tell you these things that seem harsh and weird. um I think it's just a matter of us like, it's like knowing, if you know, you kind of like mentally, at least you are prepared. Okay, mentally, don't you think? I think it's helpful. Before I used to feel guilty about saying these things. I was like, oh my God. But I just think there's a reason why. It's like there's a reason why they're telling me this. If it was too much, I would not know. Okay, I don't know. I just think there's a reason why I'm being told this, and I think it's a good thing. Yes, exactly. TF FIFA in Guam is where ship with COVID-19. Exactly, doc. Exactly. I know. But there could be others. There could be more. But I think, okay, situation of the moon. Yeah. So just so you know, guys, I'm just alerting you so you know, so you're prepared for it. If and like I said, okay. So what else should we get prepared for? Okay. What else? What else? What else to prepare for? Going downhill. Yeah, I think Trump, guys, Trump going downhill, the Republicans losing. Okay. Oh, now I have a quick question. Quick question. Okay. Oh my God. The internet interesting, avert an international incident. That's right. There was before Trump. But that's what I think, guys. I think ultimately it could be, it could be that, okay, the whole thing. And the guy, the guy is really helping out the enemy. And guys, military intelligence can pick up on communications. Because they could be like, yeah, the Russians are saying that we have the White House. Who knows what they're saying? I'm sure they will find out information. Okay. So, okay. Now, okay, so more questions. Okay, okay, I have a good question. Guys, did you see the Richard Grenell? Richard Grenell was the guy who was, Richard Grenell was the guy who was the fake intelligence person who who's very shady. He was the ambassador of Germany, but today I think he came out or last night that he said he does not want to come back to Germany. He was an ambassador of Germany, but apparently the Germans hate him because he's a shady person. But I remember how I said there was one time, guys, I was looking into like Barr, how, could Barr protect the stuff about the Mueller investigation? There was something where a document, like they didn't want it to be public. And I saw that this Richard Grenell would be handcuffed, like he would be stopped from doing this. So at least he's not he's not in charge. He's not, you know what I mean? So this is good. But let's see what's going on with this guy. What's going to happen to this guy? Collecting money for the Mayhans. What's up with Richard Grenell? Why is he leaving? Behind the scenes money. Oh, look, President. Oh, maybe he could get another job in the Trump administration. Okay, maybe change. Okay, changing government, changing the deal. Has a deal. I think he still may stay in the administration though. Oh, look, he's a ghost judge. Judge, come judge for him. Coming him judge. Come judge. Oh, interesting. Find interesting. Find interesting. Oh, letter for him. No letter. I like a letter. Letter. I like a letter myself. Oh no, 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 stay. Oh, oh, no. Where'd you go now? You're, please stay. Where'd you go now? You're so great. Stay. Ah. So, oh, hmm. Mhm. Oh, look at that. Okay, so not too many cards, guys, but look, the deal comes to an end, conversations. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Guys, look, this is like so creepy. Look at that, how creepy it is. Creepy. Little creepy here. Little creep. Little creep. So yeah. So okay, so Maggie, like I said, don't worry. Okay, just want to say, don't worry about your grandson. I think he could even get a medal. He get a medal for bravery. Okay, I think he'll be good. Don't worry. I'm not worried about him at all. I think he's very safe. Okay, I'm not worried about him at all. Okay. So like interesting. So okay, so why? Okay, now quickly, why did he say? Why now? Information, something happening. No, maybe. Why now? Why now? Ooh, secret. Yeah, some secret for him. Okay, secret. Look, the letter. Letter information. I think, guys, he tried to do this thing where he was like one of those like fake investigation things, but I still feel like the secret, source of his wealth or so. Oh no, looks good for him. Very bright future for him. Look, no, looks good for him. No, I find very good, great. Oh look, painful end in the public eye. Yeah, looks good for him. Yeah, good luck. Oh, congratulations. Oh, there he is. So painful ending for him. Oh no. Oh look, oh my God, the Germans asking for it to be removed because Nazi propaganda, guys. Exactly. Okay. So I think it's bad. Okay, this is also this is like, these people are so dark, guys. They're so terrible. Oh look, yeah, they have a deal with the mob people. Okay, look, the deal with the guy, the money guy, the mob guy, whatever, for a lot of money. So I think, you know what, guys, I think he has, like, I think he's more interested in money than he is interested in, like, on making a career. I don't believe he was in politics before. I don't think. And he's like, you know what? I'd rather go back to making money. Yeah. I don't think you wanted to be an elected official anyway. Okay. 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 So now, okay, guys, more about the veterans. Okay. Do you want to talk about, let's talk more about the veterans. I went off a little bit because I needed to, to cover here the question. Okay. Okay, Bannon. Okay, okay, but quickly, guys, I'm just quickly here see if there's more veterans. Guys, it's amazing that Bannon's still alive. The guy is like a disease. He's a petri dish of bacteria. Can you believe the guy? He's so gross. Like he must have like 550. Imagine his medical record. Like he does an exam. How many bacteria does he have? How many diseases? A lot of them. But evil guys, devils like, don't worry, you made a deal with me. You sold me your soul. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You look good. You look yeah. So so guys, but it's amazing. It's amazing why so many good people perish. There he is, the evil guys, the devil, he extends your life. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's look at the Trump administration. Okay. Okay, now seriously. Okay. Now, okay, so let's go here. So now, guys, let's talk about, so anything else, guys, anything else the veterans would like to say? Anybody have comments about the veterans or any more questions about, so what do you guys know? It's gonna sink. Titanic sink. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be there. Clapping trash. And they're saying, guys, I know this, guys, it would be so interesting if it were true. Okay, if we have evidence, like people saying this, they're saying that there's so many ghosts around these traders. They already are living a life of living hell. Is that right? Living hell. It's a living hell. Like they can't sleep. None of these people can sleep because we haunt their nightmares and we shake. Oh my God, Friends of Peter tells me everything I need to know. Friends of Peter Thiel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So so okay, so he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. There's things falling in their house. Like there's something on the wall, like metal falling, knives falling. So it's kind of like there's paranormal, okay, paranormal, activities happening, okay, and they laugh and they even laugh. Ha ha ha. Sometimes they hear the laughs of their laughs. Traitor, 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 traitor. Like, really, I think they don't sleep very well. They all have to take sleeping medicines. They all have to take the sleeping medicines because of, their haunted dreams. Okay. So okay, we want to see veterans get the help. Yeah. So I think, so what's gonna happen? Guys, again, it's gonna say, hopefully, how hopefully, I'm just reporting here, reporting, okay, that the military is like, yeah, again, we're gonna save the country yet again. We're gonna save the country, or they're gonna, we're gonna be involved in taking out the trash again, yet again, yet again. Okay. Because they're saying this is unprecedented levels of betrayal. Okay. Because, guys, even though I was talking about Karl Rove or whatever, they would send these people to these wars or whatever, but they respected, okay, they respected those veterans, okay, for, even though, you know what I mean, like there's different levels of, like, it's wrong to send people for stupid wars, okay, but at the same time, they're not disrespecting them, okay, at least. But the fact that they not only do they disrespect them, they work against them. It's just so, it's pattern there, okay. It's funny. I see him. Okay, so I think so he's very angry. As usual, he's a very angry person. He's let me just see here if he does something, because I see him doing something very specific. Because I see him. I don't know if this is true. Okay, I feel like, I don't know if he ever chewed tobacco. He was chewing something. He was like this, very. I don't know if it was there was like tobacco gum or something. Okay, so. Well, this is not what I said exactly, Christian. They were not tricked into fighting wars. They had signed up to be in the military, so it was not exactly. It was not like they were tricked. They were kind of used. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to like relitigate this. We know what I'm talking about, right? Like sometimes it's not necessary to kill people, right? It's less, but I think, do they have an information about peacekeeping? Guys, right now, honestly, how do I say this? I feel like we need to take down those people, the Russian, the election people, the people that are meddling the election have to be taken down. I don't think it's not time for peace now. No, no, trash. No, it's not time for peace. I don't want to know about peacekeeping. I want to know about getting those motherfuckers. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done with this, like, doing nothing. We have to do something. There comes a time. Doesn't have to be a war, but something has to be done to stop these people. Okay, it's not peacetime. No, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Get these people. Get these people. I'm done. Okay, get them. Like, we don't. You know what I mean? Like, this is almost like, guys. I want. This is not. And if I don't think we're gonna have a war about this necessarily, but it's just taking their money. That's it. It solves the question. It's not about fighting the entire country because the populations of these countries suffer. It's about taking this money, people that are involved in this thing. Take them down. This is not time for peace. I don't want peace. No, I don't want peace. I want justice. I want justice. Hunt them down no matter where they are, guys. This is it. Okay. I think another time after there's justice, think about how many people, after there's like decades of justice, everybody goes, then we can, how let's be peaceful. Yeah, but first we need justice, okay? Like, seriously, you know what I mean? Like, guys, this is the thing. I'm very, I mean, I'm not the only one, I'm sure. I'm thirsty for justice. I want justice. I'm done with this, like, oh, no, they're friends. We're friends. No, we're not friends. We're not friends. Arrest these people. Put them in jail for a long time. Guantanamo is over there. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, okay, this is, I'm like, okay, okay, so it's not time. This is not time for peace. This is the thing, guys. This is time for, yeah, the future of wars. Exactly, guys. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean about, like, oh, like, I know arms says, I know all of it. But what I'm talking about is, like, we can have a conversation like this after we have justice. I cannot handle this people, like, anymore. Guys, there's so much. This is what is so sad. There has been so much aggression against us. And I mean, by even their own people here, they're like, oh, both sides, both sides, both sides. No, no, put them in jail. It's time. This is the thing, guys. This next presidency is not going to be so. I know it was going to be nice to see Trump go, but if he goes without justice, and I'm not talking about just him, but his family, everybody who worked in, we need justice. The American people we're gonna be very angry, and I think the entire world, because those people harm the world. Okay, not just here. Okay, so like, we need the justice. We need. We're not gonna be. It's not gonna be calm. It's not gonna be calm. Okay, okay. Are we gonna? Last question. Are we gonna have justice? Are we gonna have justice? What kind of justice? What kind of justice are we gonna have? Okay. Oh, stressful. Yeah, it's gonna be stressful because there's a lot. There's a lot. It's quiet. Interesting. So it shows that people are busy behind the scenes already. Thank God. I hope so. I hope so. This is country. Country busy. Busy. Election or multiple. Multiple is good. Multiple people going down. Oh yeah, I hope so. Hope so. Multiple people going down. Yeah. 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 Happy. We're gonna be happy. The country is gonna be exactly only gonna be happy when these criminals, these are hardcore criminals, go down. Ideas, thoughts, thinking. Oh, yeah. Mm. Okay. Oh, look. Ideas of the child president. Go to court. Hmm. So, okay. So what else here? Do we have more? I don't know, guys. I don't want to put the other ones here. Okay. So here. Oh, look. The adulators. All these people. Okay. Losing money. That's it. This is the thing. Okay. We're angry. That's it. That's it. We need a justice. Okay. Because, guys, don't you think? I think, honestly, I think if Trump goes, okay, I think if Trump goes and though there's no justice, I mean, I'll be worried about their safety. They're going to be attacked on the streets, guys. Honestly, if these people don't imagine it, guys. I told you, this is something I struggle with. Sometimes I'm in my house and I'm thinking of running to Jared Kushner and slapping him. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna go one of these days. I'm gonna slap this person. I'm gonna grab his brother's face. I'm gonna jam it into a plate of pasta. I think about it's so sad, it's horrible that I think, but I do. I think these things. One day I'm gonna run into these people. I'm gonna hit them. I'm gonna hit them. I don't know. It's awful to have to think like because, and I thought about it more deeply. Why do I think that? Because we feel like there's no justice. You know what I mean? And that's why we get so angry because there's no, these people cannot go on. Okay, they cannot go. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be. Imagine I run this person in a restaurant. I'm like, "Pah, you're eating? Put the face over there, bitch." Huh. So you know what I mean? Like seriously, I'm like so angry. Like sometimes I think about, I really do. It's awful to think like that because it's not good for me. But you know what I mean? Because I have to trust God. I have to trust that God's going to take care of it. But really, I want justice. Okay. Like imagine if I see Ivanka down the street, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna pretend that I had a fall and I'm gonna throw myself at her. Oh my God. Oh, exactly, exactly, guys. Seriously, exactly. But I was thinking one thing I thought. I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? It's kind of a good thing that I think the government's gonna get it back. The government's gonna get it back. The government's gonna get the money back. Okay. It's just like I'm just these people because guys, and I think I'm not the only one. Oh, did you see? There was so funny. There was this video. This is somewhat unrelated but connected, and it was even in Staten Island, which is a pretty conservative place. Okay, there were people yelling at this woman who went into the supermarket without a mask. What the hell is wrong with you? Fuck you! Like they were yelling at her. Everybody in the supermarket was yelling at that one. Imagine. I'm sure that if I saw anybody who goes into some restaurant and there they are, don't you think people are gonna yell? I'm sure I'm not gonna be the only one. Okay. I would literally throw myself in front of Ivanka and I would like cause her to fall. I said, I'm sorry, I have a frontal temporal dementia. I fell. My balance is terrible. Okay. So I have so I have frontal temporal dementia. I fell on her so that, causing her to break something. I'm pretty heavy. Oh yeah. Guys, it's so funny. I can't believe it. I was actually thinking that. I was like, I'm gonna beat this person up, but I was like, wait, am I big enough? Am I big enough to beat maybe they were like bigger than me. They would beat me up or something. I don't think so, Trash. I don't think so. I'm big. I'm big. Oh yeah. But I think they guys, the reality is I think, even there was these articles about them, how they used to be, like they used to be like go to these socialite events in New York and they stopped being invited as soon as Trump became president. Nobody wants them around, okay? So yeah, no, I was like, excuse me. I'm sorry, I have frontotemporal dementia. I just had the stroke. Oh, oh, who? Okay. So yeah. Hmm. No, but I'm sure, guys. Can you imagine if those people? I'm sure. Okay, Mar-a-Lago should become immigrant welcome center. Yeah, I don't think, guys. I don't think Mar-a-Lago is gonna be very long. I don't think it's gonna be in the hands of the Trump for very long. Okay. Exactly, Staten Island, exactly the only place he won. And even then, people were yelling. This is what I was telling you. People were yelling at the supermarket at the woman who didn't have a mask. Get the hell out of here! Get the hell out of there! Like they were, yelling. It was fun. It was fun to watch. It was good. It was a good video. Get the hell out of here! Yeah, a lot of people, seriously, in the supermarket, they were yelling. They were kicking her out. Get your ass out of here! And there was even a lady with like those not scooters, those like it was like a wheelchair that has that has the thing, the electronic thing, she was, that you the one of those wheelchairs that is electric. Even the lady, she had her thing on. Get the hell out of here! It was so good. It was everybody. It was so good. It's on Twitter. So guys, Tia FIFA, exactly. Carly Kloss, yes. It's funny because I would go on Twitter and I would yell. I was trying to start a campaign with Project Runaway. I was like, can you sign here? Are you sure you want this mobster on your show? Okay. SS guy, what are you talking about? SS the Nazi? What are you talking about? Okay. Well, yeah, it's falling to the handsome of a SS guy. It's kind of creepy here. Okay, oh my God. So, oh my God. Oh my God. So yeah, so guys, it's closed. It's closed, okay? So, oh my God, so good. This is good, guys. Okay, so anything else? Anything else? Any more informations? Do we need any more information about? Okay, so okay, what is going to be next Memorial Day? What's going to be like? The difference then to 2021. Where are we going to be? 2021. I think we'll still, guys, be dealing with the chaos of this person, okay? The money, dealing with their money issues, okay? But building hope also here, hope, okay? Look, recognition of all the chaos. Guys, I think, this is the unfortunate thing is that, look, the same card of recognition, I think it's going to take years and decades to really handle, to deal with all the stuff that, all the crimes. It's going to take at least 10 years, okay? To prosecute, look, all the stuff like that they've done, all the crimes, too many crimes. Oh, I was like, SS? Secret Service. Oh, Corona. Yeah, oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know. So guys, yeah, so this was good. It was fun today, guys. No, it was fun. So I hope I really had a good Memorial Day. It was hot today, but I don't go out. I know risk. I know risk. Okay. So it's 9 o'clock. Can you believe it? I haven't watched Rachel lately. I like Rachel, but I haven't watched her lately because okay, so, oh, I don't know. So, okay, so guys, okay, what else? What else? Do you have any more questions? Any more comments? Secret Service. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, but they would not let me, you know what I mean? But I think hopefully by then, okay, quick question, last question, I swear, and then I'll go. Somebody asked me a long time ago, Trump's children, are they gonna have Secret Service? This is a good question. Are Trump's children going to continue to have Secret Service? I think, right, guys, okay, are they going to continue to have Secret Service? No. It's saying that he's not going to be president. Nobody, I think eventually he's not going to be recognized as a president. Okay, no, really. He's not going to be president. No, he's not going to be president, okay? Are we, okay? He's going to be president? No, I hope not. Oh, yeah, no. Please, no, 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 no. Mm-mm, no. Oh, look, prison. He's a prison person, okay? Yeah, the mushroom. Oh yeah, look, prison problemas for them. Oh yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, guys. Okay, so love you guys. Okay, so have a good evening. I see you on Wednesday. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd see you, Scott. Okay, so see you Wednesday. Okay. Okay, have a good one. Okay. Happy Memorial Day, Scott. Scott's a veteran. Okay. All right. See you later. See you later. Okay. Bye, guys. Okay. Oh. Okay.